This week on Sailing Gypsy, we're taking you with us to Saba. I'm Stephanie, and this is Travis. Together we bought a Hunter 42 Passage that we call Jibsea. We sold almost everything that we owned and moved aboard. After living on Jibsea through a Toronto winter, we decided that we had to get down south. Though we've got very little sailing experience, we decided to leave it all behind in our home country Canada to live out our dream in sailing the world. We're so pumped to share this adventure of a lifetime. Welcome back to Sailing Gypsy. We left off last week, staging for our departure of the U.S. Virgin Islands. After a few hours of shut-eye, it's time to head off to our next Caribbean island. Saba just opened up for fully vaccinated tourists without the requirement to quarantine upon arrival. So, we're heading directly into the wind for the next 16 hours. Although we're not moving very fast going against the trades, the winds are on average only about 12 knots, and it's not as choppy as we anticipated. Swells are coming from different directions, but it's only maybe every fourth or fifth wave where we're getting a little splash or some slap.
So we just got to Saba, and this place looks sweet. Check this out. Big old cliff face. You gotta pick up a mooring ball. It's not too bad, there's a whole bunch of them. But that coastline is sweet. We're a little tired, gonna have a smoothie and some snacks and probably try to have a nap. And then we're gonna check in tomorrow and probably try to find some hikes or something and explore this cool rock.
It's a little bit rolly in this anchorage. We're in Ladder Bay. There are about 6 mooring balls here, and we're on the west side of this egg-shaped island. A little bit of a rolly sleep, but we're gonna be heading off of the boat soon to do our check-in and go to customs and immigrations and get all that fun stuff sorted. They call it Saba here from what we've heard, and it's a Dutch island. Apparently in the Netherlands they call it Saba, but we're here in Saba, so we'll refer to it as Saba.
7:45.
It's quite the dinghy ride to get into town each morning from where we're moored. The goal is trying to keep as dry as possible with the wind and the waves.
Super welcoming island so far. And we don't have to wear a mask. Love it.
It is hot.
Yeah, it's hot. About time we don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah, 91% of the population here is vaccinated fully, except for like the kids.
Yeah.
So there's no need for masks, and we're happy about that because it is hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, but island seems really nice so far. People seem really friendly. It's a cool spot. Let's go check in and then explore.
Customs and Immigration was super easy downstairs in the building. We just filled out a form and gave them all our particulars, and then we went upstairs to the Port Authority where we gave them some additional information, spent about maybe 5 minutes, and paid $20 for the harbor. And now we're heading across and over to the next building, which is the Marine Park office, to go pay for our mooring. We just finished at the Marine Park office and paid about $16 for 5 nights. It was $3 per person for the nature fee, and then $2 per night for the mooring. So very reasonable price, and it was super quick and easy.
So we are gonna go hike to the bottom. It's a town called the bottom, which the bottom is usually sea level, but in this case, the bottom is way up there. It's only 23% grade. Yeah.
Slides?
Yeah, car's been burning out right here. I think the most I've seen in Canada is maybe 10 or 12%.
That's on the
double.
West Coast. I know in Toronto, we don't even have those signs.
Yeah, Toronto.
Somebody just actually asked us if we wanted to ride, and apparently that's the norm here, to hitchhike on the island, and it's quite the experience. Definitely haven't tried hitchhiking in Canada.
Yeah, that's what the
Park office
said. They're like, oh yeah, you gotta hitchhike. It's a great experience.
And it's the norm here, and the locals here are happy to pick you up, so that's super cool.
Yeah, so far everyone seems super friendly. So
Let's see how long we make it before we need to stick our thumbs out.
No, we need this workout.
In the heat.
Well, yeah. It's a bit deserty on this side of the island and rainforesty on the other side. Up, up we go. She's dying.
Like 10 seconds in. Maybe we should have wore running shoes.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I do like the air between my toes.
There's a good breeze.
Thank goodness. It's the Think About It bar. Named appropriately. Gotta think about if you want to keep going after that little hike up this steep hill.
So, I think why they call the town the bottom up here is because by the time you're done walking from the actual bottom, which is sea level, your bottom is killing you. It's a good workout. This ass needs a workout. It's sitting too long. Woo!
Oh, look at the baby goat.
Bottom is near. I think it's just around this corner.
After hiking up and up and up, have we reached the bottom yet?
The bottom's at the top.
And after that hike, in case you wanted to work out even more,
It's so sugary.
what did you get here?
Passion fruit.
A passion fruit smoothie, tart, and I got a caramel apple pie frozen latte, and it is delish.
A big old cookie. Yum, yum, yum.
And that's like a caramel M&M cookie or something. Well deserved after a long, hot trek up the hill.
So what do you think of this place?
I love it. It's so pretty. It's so quaint. People are so friendly. I'm like, look at it. Another car just asked us if we needed a ride.
Yeah, super friendly.
So freaking friendly.
Yeah, you don't need, like, you don't have to put your thumb out. They just ask you.
Yeah.
Like, that's really nice. So crazy how nice people are here. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just stop and say, hey, do you need a ride? You're like, that's
you
amazing.
contemplated it for a second, but we're going downhill. There's a breeze. And frankly, we need to walk.
Yeah, a very steep downhill, but good for the old glutes and the quads. Look how steep that is.
It's a good quad workout because you really got to brace yourself.
Yeah. Down, how do you feel?
My quads are trembling a little bit.
Shows you how much we haven't worked them out. But
it's good.
Yeah, it was definitely a good little leg pump.
I think we sweated off the calories from that whipped cream.
Yeah.
Sweated and walked, so.
Back to the boat, make some food and snorkel. Cool.
Definitely testing the limits of our legs today with all this steep climbing. I'm gonna go all the way to the very top. There's a house up at the very top, so I'm gonna keep on trekking. It's a really great place to come for sunset. Here we are. Wow, look at that. Made it just in time. This is called the ladder. Prior to the building of the Fort Bay Harbor, access to Saba was by way of this flight of steps up the cliffs of Ladder Bay. Ships would anchor offshore and all cargo had to be carried by foot up the nearly vertical stairway to the village of the Bottom. The 524 stone masonry steps were the only way to get from the sea to the island villages for many years. Cargo not only included building materials and household supplies, but everything from pontiffs to grand pianos. Is that you? Were your quads trembling? You had no air in those lungs. You tired little bear.
No.
You imagine carrying a grand piano up these steps? Because that's what people did back in the day.
What do you mean?
They carried grand pianos, household supplies, and even grand pianos.
This was the only access to the island?
Yeah, for many years to get to the bottom where we walked earlier.
Whoa.
524 stone masonry steps. Look
That's
at the picture.
crazy.
That's how they had to get their cargo up.
Well, I guess because this would have been the calmest shores.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nuts.
and this is a customs house.
No shit. That's cool.
Good for bird observation.
That's super cool. That's
Yeah.
crazy. All right. We don't have to worry about anybody getting on this island.
We can't even carry ourselves up, and they're carrying up grand pianos.
Okay, let's go.
Come back to the boat and retire these lights for the night.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, they're like trembling. We're absolutely loving our time in Saba so far. Join us next week as we explore more of what this stunning island has to offer. Thanks for joining in, and thanks to our patrons for that extra support. See you next Friday!